Does Sonic Mania succeed at bringing Sonic back to his Genesis roots? Well, yes, actually. Seriously, if you just want to take my opinion at face value, and if you haven't played this game yet, stop watching, because there are going to be spoilers, and go just download and play this game. Now, if you want to hear more than just, it's great, go buy it, or if you just have a thing for listening to bearded men talk about video games on the internet, then stay tuned as I tell you why you should buy and play Sonic Mania. To make a game this good takes ages. Welcome to Stuff We Play, your source for everything weird, adventurous, and retro, and if that sounds cool to you, why not subscribe? Sonic Mania is the game I've wanted since I was a kid. The first video game I ever played was Sonic 1, all the way back in the early 2000s. Yeah, we still had a Genesis back then. Looking back, it wasn't the best classic Sonic game, but man, it made me addicted to the series. I was even one of those really cringy fanboys back in middle school. Sonic Mania, though, is what Sonic 4 should have been. It's an homage to the classic games without being a total rehash that also introduces some new things and is overall an evolution of classic Sonic. It's the game fans have been wanting. It's a game by the Mania, for the Mania, and that doesn't make sense. Wow, that is a really stupid phrase. The number one question is though, how does it play? Does it play like classic Sonic? It absolutely plays like classic Sonic. None of the jankiness that was in Sonic 4. Granted, I'm not surprised. One of the people behind this game was Christian Whitehead, responsible for the awesome Sonic CD port to Xbox Live and PSN, and the phone ports of Sonic 1 and 2, and actually the phone version of CD as well. The momentum is perfect, the control is perfect, the stage design is perfect. It perfectly combines both a sense of speed and also a sense of exploration. Now, let's talk about how this game looks a bit. It looks beautifully. Apparently, when they were making this game, they were given strict directions to make the game look something a bit better than you'd find on the Sega Genesis, but a bit below what you'd find on the Sega Saturn. And it shows. It feels like an early Saturn game. And you'll notice that even in the special stages or in one particular boss fight, you'll see even either in the background or even for the sprites that you'll have these very jagged Sega Saturn style models, and it feels like that was done very intentionally. Along with the graphics though, the music here is fantastic. The music here is composed by T-Lopes, and honestly, it's some of the best Sonic soundtrack I've ever heard. You hear that song right here? That's Press Guard in Act 2. Now, let's talk about the level designs. There are 8 returning zones and 4 new zones. The old zones don't really feel, well, old. I was half expecting them just to be pure rehashes like the zones in Sonic 4 were, but not at all. For example, Green Hill Act 1 kind of combines all of the acts in the original Green Hill together. However, Act 2 adds things such as zip lines and whatnot, and this continues in all the other zones. The new elements really make these old zones feel like original zones. There's also some other new things you wouldn't expect. For example, Sonic has a new ability in the form of Drop Dash, which is a spin dash you can charge up on air, and Stardust Speedway Act 1 apparently has an interest in Vor. Now, here's something I'd never expect to say about a Sonic game. I think the bosses are a selling point here. Like, normally Sonic bosses, unless it's a final boss, tend to be quite underwhelming, but the ones here are incredible. There's a Death Egg robot in Green Hill Act 2. There's a Puyo Puyo boss fight in Chemical Plant Act 2. That Metal Sonic boss fight that I think is the best boss in the entire game. There's not a bad boss here. Some drag on longer than I expect, but none of them are particularly cheap or bad. And that's the thing too, the difficulty here is perfect. I'd say it's harder than your average classic Sonic game, but it never feels cheap, except for Special Stage 6. And on that topic, the special stages, they're wonderful. It's like a mix of the Sonic 3 special stages, which return as bonus stages, by the way, and the Sonic CD stages, where you have to chase after a UFO and collect blue spheres. It's so cool, except for Special Stage 6. That stage is pure unadulterated bull. And really, that's my only complaint, Special Stage 6, and also a few glitches. I know it was a few times I was playing through a level. Normally, if I exited a special stage and then immediately hit an item box, all the music would stop until I've either finished the zone or entered another special stage. But that was the only glitch I found. I'm sure will be patched out. The game plays well, it looks well, it sounds good, it's amazing. I haven't even gotten into the secrets yet. I mean, there's already the and Knuckles mode, which everyone knows about, but you also can unlock the Super Peel Out from Sonic CD or the Insta Shield from Sonic 3. Such a celebration of Sonic, but at the same time, such a return to form and a dose of originality. As a Sonic fan, I absolutely recommend it, and while I don't think you'll get it or appreciate all the references if you're a new fan, I think there's a lot of fun to be had here. And honestly, I think that Sonic Mania is in the running to be my game of the year for 2017. However, that is just my opinion. Well, and if you've played Sonic Mania, leave your thoughts on it down in the comment section below. And if you haven't played Sonic Mania, or even if you didn't like Sonic Mania, I bet those of you who are out there, leave why down in the comment section below as well. And while you're at it, why don't you subscribe to Stuff We Play and hit that bell so you can see more great content. So thank you very much for watching, stay classy, and I will see you next time.